Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more story, The Path of Destinies. And the last video, guys, we went to the Ilbis Stone to find the temple, and we learned that, yeah, it fucking corrupts your soul, which, are you surprised about? Not really. Okay, but we're gonna go back in there. I did not mean to hit triangle. So yeah, we got 5 stories. We found story number 12, so we have 19 stories left. I honestly don't know if I'm actually quite curious. Is there actually 24 stories, or is there 25, with this one being the true ending, or is one of these paths the way to the true ending? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we're going to actually keep going to get down this way for a little bit. So
windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis Stone. It would whisper promises in his ear, offer him power for blood. But this time, Reynardo was sure he could master it. And so, Reynardo went ostrich hunting. Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices.
So now I'm curious, are we gonna start in a different area? Because sometimes we seem to. Nope, we're starting in the same area.
A ruby that drank blood. A jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis Stone? Long hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
We'll make sure everything's working good. I had a little issue with my mic before I started recording this. So I was like, oh shit, I'm having that issue with my mic like I did fuck you.
The ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. And he hadn't come too late.
Aha, I got 2 skill points because I leveled up as a result of doing the thing. You know what? Let's give me health and... yes, let's do that. So, how many more levels am I going to need? I'll need 1, 4, 6, 8, 9... 11, 13, 15, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26. So I need 26 more levels out of 18. 26 more levels. What does this one do? Recover from being hit almost instantly and attack an attacker's knocked down. Oh, maybe I should actually get these. I actually like these combat ones a little bit better. Or the time ones. The time ones are pretty good too. I think I'll get this one next. So weird that you don't need to get all of the troops in order to get all your skills.
All right.
tailor was going to charge for all the holes in his clothes.
So before I said again, I actually really like, you know, just that random, just the random, like, oh yeah, here's like some random freaking dialogue that kind of don't mean nothing, but it's like still hilarious to me. All right, let's go this way because we didn't go this way. Chest. Which is fine if it has health.
Ooh, sparkly, thought Reynardo.
Oh, and it's also a quick shot over here instead of... Oh, that's actually really good.
There had to be some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Reynardo was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people.
Yeah, I didn't need to go down that other path. I've been in there.
It's a merciful!
I always forget about the dash sometimes and how it's X, not
The
circle.
Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with Tomb Raiders.
That's another game I kind of want. Like I have, it's strange. I have 2 of the 3 Tomb Raider reboot games because they were free for PlayStation Plus. I honestly don't remember if the 3rd one. Actually, I think it was the 2nd one because I got the first
Reynardo
one,
didn't have
and then
vertigo.
it's Shadow of the Tomb Raider as well that I have free for PlayStation Plus. So I should really check those games out too because they were free for PlayStation Plus members a couple of years ago. Okay, so I'm actually gonna, for this path, I'm actually gonna do everything the same except for that last one. Instead of going to the Rebel base, I'm gonna go to the mountains.
It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. "It's the core," said the stone anxiously. But even though Reynardo knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Oh. So now I got another one. Clever plan to use the gem. The Iblis Stone is promised. He had thought of a clever way to have its power without its evil, but Ronaldo's clever plan did have a tendency to backfire. Why do I get the... You know what? I have a feeling that this is one of those ones where I die instantly. Let's just see
The
it.
gem could give great power, but it was evil. But Reynardo had a plan. He would divide the stone into the power half and the evil half. He sought out the sage Calaveras.
Oh, you need a mirror of splitting.
Croaked Calaveras.
I can make one.
Calaveras set up various shiny things. And soon Reynardo was setting the stone down in the middle of Calaveras' lab. There was a flash, and now Reynardo was looking at himself. Except with a mustache, and a goatee and darker hair. There were two Iblis stones. One light, and one dark. Reynardo took the light one. He felt a rush of great power. Now I could defeat the Emperor. Wait a minute. Unfortunately, he couldn't think of any way to use it without hurting someone. That wouldn't be nice. Give me that, said his evil-looking twin. And he drew his sword. He only got it halfway out of the scabbard when he fainted from the effort. Obviously, neither weak, evil Reynardo nor powerful, nice Reynardo was any threat to the Empire. After the Emperor's victory, they were exhibited in a museum until time ended, which was soon after. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
Now I have to play through this
Every
whole entire
child
level
could sing verses
again.
about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone.
Okay, it does look
souls,
like your stuff does carry
a ruby
over,
that drank
so that's
blood,
good.
A jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in a buried temple.
I guess
Another
that is.
ancient item
I
that was
kind of
only
wish
resurfacing now.
that they're like, okay,
Drawn up
you
from the
take
deeps
something
by the
wrong.
Emperor's
I wish they
horrific
could
rituals.
put you back to the choices and not fucking back to the beginning of the chapter. Like, they could have at least done that. Oh, fuck you.
Ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. And he hadn't come too late.
Yeah, that's probably my one gripe is I kind of wish that, like, when you pick those options, like, oh, hey, here's these options that's like, oh, you'll end up dead as a result of doing it. I kind of wish they'd be like, yeah, let's just put you back to the choices and not the... Fuck you. Fuck! Fuck! Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. There we are. Oh, hold on. Fuck off. Fuck you. Fuck this. that just led to a dead end. It's strange how this is actually shorter than going, like the way that you think to have gone, which is this way, is actually way shorter than the way that through the door that's like supposed to be like shortcuts and or you know, just random paths for you to just go down.
Music when you opened it. Too bad it was Muzak. There had to be some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People were so
Might
much
as well open
cleverer
this up.
now.
Could get some more health.
And Reynardo was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people.
So what I'm really getting from these whole like, oh, I could do this thing type
That had gone rather well, actually.
from what I'm getting from all of these, as soon as you learn the truth is like, but I have this truth now, maybe I can do this, is those always end up being instant, like those end up being the ones that's like, oh, hey, this isn't, those always end up being, yeah, no, you're, like, you shouldn't have done that.
For a moment, Reynardo wished that somebody had been watching. The Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders. This was definitely better than pulling yourself up in a bucket. It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. Not the core, said the stone anxiously. But even though Reynardo knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Alright. Like I said, I'm basically going to do the exact same line that I did before, but instead of going to the rebel base at the end, I'm going to go to the mountains to see what happens.
Warrior, he could defeat the Emperor with the very weapon the wicked old toad had sought for himself. To be a hero, you had to sacrifice old friends sometimes, especially when they've become enemies. As he placed the impossibly black crystal in his gauntlet, Reynardo had a sudden vision. Charred fields covered in dead ravens below a black sun. Was it the time of the lost gods before the transcendent emperor? Was it the future?
Alrighty, let's go.
It whispered. Take the power. He could feel the stone's hunger for souls, its thirst for blood.
All right, I get it.
This was going to be interesting.
Alrighty. I mean, I don't mind, like, those... Again, I mentioned this before. I don't mind those dumb, like, endings. Like, oh, yeah, here, this ending's going to be a little bit different. Because you now know the truth. But it being... the false endings, I guess I can say. It's like, here's your false ending. Now you gotta redo the entire level. I wish they didn't do that. I wish they didn't do that.
Could he?
Again, I wish it was a whole, like, oh, just fucking... Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
The ravens on Zenobia's island were no match for Reynardo. They screamed as the stones sucked out their souls, and with each death, he felt stronger. Take the power. The stone told him.
Row, fight the power. So okay, that was weird. I could skip these lines.
Firewall, you're its friend.
I could skip those lines, but I couldn't, like, skip the ones at the end. Come on now. Oh, well, I was about to say, maybe I'll take the sewer, because I think the sewer is actually the shortest route of these all. But, it looks like they're forcing me to take it anyway, so. Ooh. 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 I'm a little cold. I might turn on my heater after I'm done with this part.
Boy, it looks to kill.
Oh, damn it! There's some healing items there. I mean, they're probably still there if I open this gate again, but it's not worth it. I think there was only 2, so. Oh well. And there she is.
Zenobia was waiting for Reynardo. She was alone, confident as always. Fire danced at the tips of her claws. Are you here to surrender? She seemed as cocksure as he felt. But she didn't know he had the stone. And I've missed you too, love. He chuckled. She spotted the stone and bolted without another word.
Okay. All right, let's go. Don't know why I had Linda mob burgers. Right. Oh, fuck you. I was hitting him. Ah, well. Again, like I said, this is gonna go the exact same route I did last time.
Finally, Reynardo caught up to her. He had never seen her scared before. At school, she'd been the determined, brave one. Now her eyes were wide, frightened. He didn't like seeing her this way. Kill her, whispered the stone. You cannot win your rebellion without it. Please. No, said Zenobia. Not that way. Oh, they had been so close once. Could he really feed her soul to his demonic gem? But if he spared her, he would not get the full power of the stone. Oh, how could he be the hero he wanted to be? With a flick of his wrist, he slashed Zenobia's throat. Her eyes widened even more. And then the light went out of them. Reynardo felt amazing. Power was rushing into him like water from a burst dam. Oh, such brilliance, exulted the Iblis stone. Tasty. He felt a bit bad about killing her. He was pretty sure she still loved him. But needs must when the devil drives. Reynardo returns to the Farfarer and set a course for the Nexus. The Empire had a communication outpost there. He could call the Emperor directly. It was time to seize the outpost and let the Emperor know what he had done.
Keep pressing my button. There we are.
The
Bring it!
Nexus was beautiful. He never realized how beautiful. Everything glowed. The wind was so sweet. The sun so soft. The stones so warm. The black raven feathers.
Ah, so we can more
Black
help.
feathers. Suddenly, his eyes are filled with them. He's falling through smoke under a dead sun.
I do hate that you only get
Force
healed by
calls him home.
8.
Is this a vision? Whose? Is this the time of the lost gods? Or the future? No matter. What mattered now was killing his way to the Imperial outpost and challenging the Emperor from there.
Oh, was my style meh? Oh well. It's kind of hard to really get a good style when you're only up against 3 enemies,
A very
I guess.
clever
so.
engineer named Elon Muskrat had got his start making floating platforms. Not many people knew that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't really need to open that if my health is already at max. And again, I was done for healing anyway, so it's whatever.
Danced around the room yelling, oh yeah, that's how we do it.
It was something he liked to do, but only after he'd killed all the witnesses.
Okay. Some of these things are just so over the top. It's like, what the fuck? Is this where I
Up ahead
kill Lapido? Yep.
was Lapino. What was he doing here?
Reynardo! Hey, buddy! Hey there, old buddy! Please don't kill me!
Why would I kill you? Asked Reynardo, although he had been thinking about it.
Well, you've become... no, I mean, no disrespect at all here. Kind of evil? Maybe you should, I don't know, go to the mountains to have a think? See if maybe you're sure the stone is not all that healthy a thing to keep?
I suppose you wanted, Reynardo said, and poked Lapino in the chest for emphasis. Oh, had he just killed Lapino? Oh, damn it.
I just love how nonchalantly that is. Like, oh, had he just killed Lapino? Damn it. So hilarious.
He'd go to the outpost, use their far speaker, tell the Emperor what he'd done, and then he'd go to the secret rebel base. Let them know he was ready to lead them to victory.
Fuck. right, let's head on to the
Reynardo
mountains.
rampaged through the Imperial outpost like a water buffalo rampaging. At the last moment, he remembered not to kill the Far Speaker Toad. After all, he wanted a word with the Emperor. But there was only silence. The Emperor was scared, like little girl. Well, he would gather the rebel army and slaughter the Imperial fleet. Yes! Applauded the Iblistone. Tremendous. Then the Emperor would have to answer his Far Speaker, wouldn't he? Who are you? Asked a distant voice that sounded uncomfortably like Zenobia. What have you become? The mountains. Go to the mountains, urged another that sounded a bit like Lapino. What are you doing? Demanded the Iblistone. I need to think, Reynardo told it. You're not good at thinking, said the Iblistone. You're good at killing. It's what you do. It's your destiny. But he set sail for the mountains, where he could be alone with his thoughts. Why were there Raven Scouts here in the empty mountains? Was there nowhere he could find peace and quiet? There were other Ravens
Alrighty,
here too.
we went to the
Shadowy
mountain.
ones, transparent, lining
Quiet the
path.
voices.
Ghosts. They cawed as he passed, but they didn't try to stop him. Spectators. Had he really killed that many ravens?
I'm assuming. Fucking goddamn it! I hate them. I hate those stupid exploding ones. Because even though it's like, it should be like, oh, I'm here to throw them, and I throw them, they should go on the ground. But I guess if I throw them into a raven, they'll explode upon impact.
Oops. Thought Reynardo.
Okay, so yeah, this is the place where I is this what I think this is where I started the first time I went on the
Then
mountain.
he saw her. Zenobia. She was a ghost too. She ran off when she saw him. How could a ghost be afraid? He followed her. He had to.
It was more so that he wasn't.
This was much easier than free climbing.
Maybe she wasn't running away. It was more so she had to go to show him something. Okay. I think this. I think I went down that. You know what? Let's just see what's behind this door first. 'Cause this looks like a way to come back to. Or maybe not. Okay, yeah, it is. It's just the chest. Weird, it's not even like the big epic chest. It's just a regular blue chest. Oh, and then it took me over here. Okay.
Reynardo checked for a false compartment. Nope.
And this is taking me. Yep. I don't. Then I think I have to go through the blue. You. Fuck you.
Reynardo followed Zenobia's ghost. Had he gone mad, seeing ghosts?
Seeing ghost.
Was she running from him or leading him somewhere?
That's what I would assume.
He'd
She's
come
leading
here
him.
to be alone. But he'd never been less alone in his life. Every raven he had slain haunted these rocks. Was this who he was? A killer. He was terribly good at killing. He was an adventurer. Or was that just another word for killer? Whisper the stone. Destiny.
Level up, level up. Oh, damn it. Shit.
Reynardo surprisingly unwounded.
I love that you can like instantly kill them when you deflect and kick them down. Then you can like instantly kill them. That's pretty cool. Oh, what? Why am I smashing these? I don't need to smash them. Oh, and I guess I can smash them with a dash? That's cool. They got no reason to. I've been up there before. I've been in there. That just takes you somewhere. So I've been there before. Oh, I was about to say, I could probably just get there. Like, why do I need to do that? It's like, oh, wait, there's...
Tried to focus on the job he had to do. The rebellion. Wasn't there a battle coming soon? There'd be ravens to kill. Even an emperor. Such killing. Much wow. Ooh, he'd never been so excited.
Such killing, much wow. Good old dog. Dog mean. Yeah, might as well get the sword. More powerful. Alright, what's the hip happenings?
At the end of the mountain path, Zenobia awaited him. Why did you kill me? She said. I was your prisoner, and I loved you. I needed the power, he said. Haven't you heard? There's a war on. Then what's your excuse for killing me? Asked his old friend Lapino, stepping out of the shadows. Because a filthy traitor? Said Reynardo. Once, Lapino didn't reply. The demon has twisted you, said Zenobia. Abandon the stone. You've lost too much already. Her words bit deeper than any sword ever had. So he shook his head, and once again swung his blade through her and Lapino. It had to all mean something. If he gave up the stone now, he would have sacrificed Zenobia and Lapino for nothing. So, Reynardo set course for the Imperial fleet, where he would end it all. The Emperor, the war, the madness.
Alrighty, time to end this rebellion.
Reynardo boarded an Imperial ship. No one could stop him slashing his way towards the Emperor. Yes, that was right. To give up now would be to lose everything for nothing. But if he could liberate the land from the Mad Emperor, then he could give up the stone in peace. And those were absolutely his own thoughts, not the stone manipulating him, right? Oh, yes, exulted the stone. Feel your power. You'll make history today. He could hear a tiny voice within him. Don't kill the Emperor. Stone will eat your soul. Was it madness? I have to kill the Emperor, he told himself. That's what it meant to be a hero. To do what had to be done, no matter how terrible the cost. Yes. And then you can have peace. Promised the stone.
I actually do kind of like the fact that every time you get to this part of the stories, it's always like this is where it's going to tell you like that's what it means to be a hero type thing. So that's kind of cool. Oh, right, I was actually going to go the long way again because I think there was maybe some paths that I didn't do.
Was silent. He couldn't see ghosts around him, but he could feel them. If he gave up now, they would be angry. They would have all died for nothing. Who could give up this kind of power? Could anyone? Well, he was just a fox with a talent for swordplay. How had this burden come to him? The Emperor offered the sword. Yes, peace. That is what he wanted now. Oh, they really ought to put a railing on this thing, he thought.
Shit. Yeah, I do like the fact that like since we knew that Lapino was a traitor, like they brought that up. Is like, what was your excuse for killing me? I'm actually quite curious to know like what he would have said before that too, or would they have just skipped that thing entirely then? Or would it have been like Reynardo kept silent or type thing? I guess that's the only way I'll ever find that out is if I play this game, a new game again, without doing the Lapino one first.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Again. This time, he'd make an end of him. He'd screwed up last time, but he had a good feeling about this time.
I definitely need to look up the whole like you killing or using all your tools or whatever. Maybe that's something that I need specific skills for. But even then, it's like, why? All right, let's see how this ends awfully.
The Emperor was cowering in front of his ship.
No, please don't kill me.
Croaked Emperor Isengrim III.
Here, take the crown. I don't want it anymore.
You must kill him. While you got his troops, he will send assassins.
Please, have mercy. The rebellion is won. Or you could be emperor. I'll just go be a scientist or minstrel or sell gummy bears. Yeah, I promise not to bother you.
With all the love he'd ever had for Zenobia, for Lupino, for the kit foxes he would never have, Reynardo raised his sword. And Reynardo plunged his sword into his own chest. Wait. What? Reynardo screamed as his life force ebbed into the stone and surged back into him, and ebbed out and surged back in.
Never-ending cycle.
Screamed the stone. It began to heat up. What have you done? The stone began to glow. It became white hot. It became lava. Nice knowing you, said Reynardo, as the lava ran like butter. And he died. He should go back to some of the choices he'd faced before. Maybe there were new paths that had opened up. Like those doors he was opening up all over the map that took him to new treasures and around his enemies.
Oh, is my reward just
hadn't learned
leveling up
anything
now
new
every
this
time?
time.
That's actually really good
He'd
if
done
that's
the
the
same
case,
thing
because
twice, yet
like what else are they going to give
expected a
me?
different
Orange
outcome.
shit? Like why? A hero who does what needs to be done no matter the cost. Voices. Yep. There we are. Listen to the voices. Alrighty.
The book's pages fluttered to the
I
beginning
hear
once again.
voices calling.
Faster than before.
I see
And
heroes
he fell.
dying.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas.
I taste blood that's
It was time to
drying.
choose.
I feel tension
rebellion
rising.
was
I
in
hear
trouble.
voices in my
Ravens were
head. They
scouting for the
counsel
secret rebel
me.
base.
They understand. They
They needed a
counsel
game
me.
changer.
They
Pieces of
talk
the
to
Sky
me.
Ripper
Yeah.
had surfaced.
They tell me
Or so a
things
scholar
that
in
I
the
will
mountains had
do.
told
They
him.
show me things I'll
Surely
do to
the
you.
weapon that
They
banished
talk
the
to
lost
me.
gods could
Talk
defeat
to
the
me,
Emperor.
talk to me, talk to
Also,
me.
a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also,
All right, guys.
his old
That's-
friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of
Go and do it.
course,
For this part of
Reynardo
Let's
had a
Play
pretty
Stories,
strong
The Paths of
suspicion that
Destinies,
Lupino had
or
betrayed
The Path of
rebellion.
Destinies.
But
In the
could
next part,
Reynardo
guys,
really
we will
leave an
go
old friend to the Ravens?
back that way, but instead of killing Zenobia, we will go and not do that, and then we'll see what happens afterwards. Because yeah, it seems like we find the gem, find Zenobia, and then instead of killing Zenobia, we'll do something else. So yeah, so we've done all the things for the last ones. Then we gotta go to that second one, or the second to last one. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click and comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video, and let me know, guys, what do you think of that one ending, the one where he just killed himself? That was actually kind of gnarly in a way, so yeah. As always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to the main channel too, that's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter, both of my main Twitter, the RBG Kim Kid Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I will see you all next time.